question. What do you see as the most important issue in the town, and what would you do to address it? And that'll go to Judy Colby first.
Okay. Well, for me, I think it's economic development and the future of this town. We just received $400,000 from the EPA to clean up the brownfield, to get that property ready to be sold. And I think we need help, and I don't know how we can do it. Personally, I think we need a planner in this town. We have so much going on. We have people that want to take their property and build on it, whether it be a business or something, and they don't know where to go. I got an email the other day from a lady here in town that she's got property and she wants to, it's on 27, and she wants to be able to take this and whether it become a plaza or something, a business, but she doesn't know where to go. And it's very hard without a planner. You have your planning board, you have your ordinance review, you have your historic preservation committee, who really relied on the planner, and now they don't have it. And I think in some ways things are getting lost in the shuffle. Economic development is very important because the businesses are what's going to help our tax base. Not that we want to become Brunswick, we don't want to become Bath, and we don't want to become Damascotta. But we have to look forward, because if we don't have jobs for children, they're going to move away. And we're going to lose the most precious thing we have is our children. Thank you.
Jennifer?
I'm not sure what more to say. I completely agree with you. So I do. So I'm going to skip this one and say agree.
Okay.
I think one of the important things to do is we need to stabilize the taxes in this town. I've been back on the board for 4 years. The first year the taxes went up 4.6%. The second year they dropped 2%. The third year they went up 14%. Last year we kind of held the line pretty much flat. But at the moment none of us can tell you what's going to happen. Some of that is because we get audits that are late. This year's audit, isn't completed yet. It's really very difficult to put together a tax commitment when you don't have an audit to go with. We've had that problem this year, we've had that problem the year before. I think when we let the taxes go up 14% 2 years ago was a big mistake. We did take $600,000 out of the general fund, it would have been 21%, but we just weren't on the ball the way we should have been. There's no way we should have let that go forward the way it is, and this town does have the resources that we could smooth that out a little bit, and I think we need to work on that.
Okay.
So I believe that there are several issues that Wiscasset needs to deal with. Definitely economic development is necessary because that's going to manage the tax issue. Earlier today, trying to prepare for this meeting, I pulled up our mill rate from 2009 to date, and it just goes up every single year. And if for the next 8 or 9 years we increase at the same rate, we're all going to have to move. And guess what? No one's going to want to buy our houses. So unless we can manage the tax issue, no one's going to be able to leave town. We're all going to be stuck here. I don't think that cutting services is an option. I also don't think that pulling from the reserve fund is an option. In the past 10 years, we've drawn down $5 million in interest income, and we have more money in our reserve fund than when we started. We've got an extra $1.2 million in the reserve fund today that we didn't have, plus we've taken the $5 million out. So if we use that like a savings account, or a rainy day fund, and we pull it out to lower our taxes, we're just kicking this can down the line. It comes back to economic development. And I don't know if that means a planner or not, because this town voted not to have a planner. And I think what it definitely means is stronger management, and that starts at the top. the audit was late and that we lost $1.1 million is unacceptable. It's not personal, but I think it is something that must be addressed, and it must be addressed by the town's leadership. There's a saying in my husband's country, he's from Sweden, and I use it from time to time at school, that the fish rots from the head. And we need to have a strong management that's willing to take a leadership role and sometimes make choices that are not popular, and sometimes make choices that we don't personally agree with, but it's what we have to do. Thank you.
This is a tough crowd to follow. I would by and large agree with most of what's been said up here. I think that economic development is the key to the stabilization of the tax base. I think that we need to bring more business into town. I think we need to get a better variety, or broader, let me retract that, not better, but broader variety of businesses. An excellent example to me is Peregrine Technologies. I think if we can keep them here, that will provide tremendous growth for the town, both in terms of jobs and tax revenues. I do think we need a town planner. However, I would say that I think it's doing a disservice to the position to refer to it as a town planner. What we need is a town economic development officer. I know that a number of people I've spoken to since last year's vote, when the town planner position was eliminated, told me that they didn't realize that by eliminating the town planner line item, they were eliminating the town planner and his salary. And I'm a little confused about that as to why they didn't realize it, but nonetheless, I think that part of the problem is bad terminology. People say town planner, and folks go, what is that? What do you do? Why are you here? What are you adding to the town? If you label it a town economic development officer, that's pretty clear what their job is. So I think that I will side with Judy on this. I think that, and I do realize that the town voted it down, but I do think we need to bring back an economic development officer. There's too much opportunity here, and too many things get dropped through the cracks. And a lot of people, when they come to look at Wiscasset as a business place, don't know where to start, don't know where to go. So, in a nutshell. Excuse me.